I'll just jump in with my first question. You guys are both jacks of all trades, having developed your own comedy videos over the years, writing, acting, editing them, all etc. So even with this many skills in your arsenal, I imagine that serialized TV had to have been like a whole different beast with its own challenges. So I'm wondering, what were some of the unexpected lessons you learned making season one that you feel helped you better be prepared for season two?
I'd say overall it was about just like you said, we had experience doing all these things and wearing all these hats, but this time we have a giant team that's right in front of us asking us exactly like how we describe every element. So we really had to figure out how to just communicate our vision, like, and that goes for everything from writing to props to the set to literally every element and down to editing as well. So season one was just a huge lesson in communication and explaining our vision very clearly. And it was a great thing to develop. It gave us a chance to sort of like test our vision with a crowd of people. Season one was like a nice way to figure out like what actually translated and what sort of didn't. So season two is another opportunity to revisit that and make it even more clear. So that's me.
Yeah, you know what? I'd say the same thing. I'd say the same thing. I feel like YouTube was almost like boot camp, just kind of sharpening all swords, from like you're saying, editing, writing, acting as well, and putting a vision together. But yeah, it's just more so going to be Jermaine and I on YouTube and like, our team. So going over to TV, it's again like relaying that message and relaying it over and over and over and over and over again. So when you're actually on the day and you're seeing it, you're just like, okay, perfect. That's exactly what we described or, what we all came up with. So yeah, I feel like YouTube was just sharpening our swords, and then we kind of came over here to see if this, how we would do on this ultimate test, you know what I mean, of like applying everything. So it was nice to see season one and just see that we learned on our own and see that what we figured out and say, okay, all this stuff can apply here. Now we're gonna learn some new things, new tricks, and that's what we applied to season two. So
I like that metaphor you used of sharpening swords because it definitely feel
yeah,
like the swords are a lot sharper this season as well.
thank you, man.
Yeah. So what I love about this series is how it's able to have such regionally specific humor at the forefront without it ever feeling alienating if you're not as familiar. I'm from
yeah.
Scarborough and I'm able to get pretty much all of it. But I know people who aren't in immediate proximity to Toronto or the GTA, but they're able to enjoy this show as well. And they get all the cultural elements of it. So imagine you got sort of the shorthand with like the long running subtitle bits in your work. But even
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely, man.
yeah, but even with like the local shows like country style, what's it like maintaining a balance between these two things with the writing in terms of like showing love to the local, but also making sure the show is accessible and authentic from all angles?
Man, I was literally just thinking about this last night. Actually, just in general, just with writing, and I just wanted to. It's a test because you grow up here and you being here, you understand the context of like the cultural context of like what makes these random moments so funny. And so you understand as a human, this is funny, but then now you have to explain why this is funny. And like if they just understand it, if you could communicate well enough and they understand it, they'll get a laugh too. And we want to be able to bring people who are outside this region into this world. And again, there's another lesson in communication. Again, just like really getting the premise across of who this person is and what their background is and what it means to be Trini, what it means to be Jamaican, and then to fuse these things together. Like we got a front row seat at this, working for our dad's moving company in real life, with just seeing all these guys from different backgrounds, different ages coming together, and like we're just like, yo, this is the funniest thing in the world. So yeah, that was a huge inspiration, as to why we want to bring people into the world of Toronto, of office movements in specific. But yeah, it is a lot of work to do the subtitles, man. I was just doing it the other day. It literally took hours. I'm like, yeah, it should take 30 minutes, whatever. It literally took the entire day. I'm still not done. I got to go home and finish for the special episodes.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd add to that is just being human. I think a lot of our comedy comes from us just normally just being normal humans. But I think we always wanted people to get in on our jokes. Like even when we were kids, we'd have like inside jokes just within like me, him, our friend group, and we'd always try to get people in. So when we started doing like Toronto comedy and being specific to Toronto comedy, sorry, we're just our number one concern was like how do we make everyone understand this so we're not like boxing anyone out. So the subtitles was a genius thing. because it allowed everyone to kind of read what's going on, and then you could see the vibe and the tone of the character and like whoever's speaking to say, oh, okay, that makes sense of what he's saying, and you automatically understand the Toronto lingo if you just kind of get it. So just letting everyone's welcome, everyone. There's a laugh here for everyone if you want it. So just kind of making that.
I'll segue from that on the topic of comedy. The characters in this show are stuck in almost sort of like a constant state of bad luck. And I love that it never feels redundant in the way that it's done. Every new fork in the road never failed to elicit a laugh or even like an expletive reaction from my family and I when we watched the first season. So I'm wondering, what are the secrets to creating narrative momentum out of the obstacles that the Shazam team has to face?
Man, that's a great question.
That's a really good question.
Like that is like that a lot of like the bad luck. Okay, first off, we really experienced this bad luck working for our dad's moving company. It's like this was his first moving company. He has a second one that's like now all his lessons applied, so it's a lot better in speaking clean. But back then it was just like it really was that destructive and that crazy and that like everybody was in a perpetual state of bad luck. So we found that funny, but we didn't want this to be like the whole point of the show. It's not about just like doing a bunch of stunts and this and that. It was like the way these little things fit into the context of the entire day and like the other little jokes that we discovered throughout the day. Yeah, it definitely was a challenge to like keep that balance and like sort of not that everything needs a purpose, but give meaning and like to these little stunts and like being intentional with like where they're placed in the within the episode and this and that. So yeah, we're very aware that is like a huge element of the show, but also we don't want to just aimlessly just do these stunts. We want it to be padded in and fit within the flow of the entire episode. So there's a balance for sure.
So I saw a previous interview from last season that you guys enjoyed writing different duo pairings with the ensemble. And in season 2, we get to see more of that with like Eric and Ricky's hilarious new dynamic without Everett. So now that both the actors and the audiences have a sense of familiarity with these characters and their essences, what can we expect in terms of other fun new pairings with the Shazam team?
Oh man, I think exactly that. Just more because it's just exploring the unknown is always fun. So you're introducing new characters, familiar faces that people may already know online, but I think it's just you're already going to know the main guys, and now when you're introducing new ones, you're like, what is Ricky going to be paired with blank? What is Ricky's dynamic when he's alone with an Everett or an Eric? So I think just introducing these new characters, it's already funny because you can see their characters and their ways and how they would mix when they're alone with someone else. So there's a lot. I gotta. There's a lot to unpack, man. It was just fun, honestly, even working with all the actors on set and just kind of having fun on set. You forget that you're even there. So I think it translated well on screen, especially when we're editing back. We're seeing all the bloopers and all the takes. We're just like, oh my god, this is just. It just felt like we're at school, a lunchroom, just talking crazy. So yeah.
I love that, the lunchroom talk.
Yeah, man.
So you're no strangers to like having lots of online presence and popularity, and we've seen that transfer over into this show with many viral clips, like the Toronto Man "Happy Birthday," for instance. That one is amazing. And so I'm wondering, like, obviously you're not making this series with the intent of like trying to clip farm or anything, but how do you see these kind of occurrences in the context of the show? Have you seen these like translate to viewership increases or renewed interest in the show, or is it just nice to know that the kind of like hard work and comedy pays off and translates into different mediums?
Yeah, we just love these funny moments. We love to create them on screen, and like the thought of virality is sort of secondary to it. It's just like we know this is going to be funny, and then that's what happens to go viral because people can relate, people can share it around, and this and that. But yeah, we're definitely not like sitting there trying to think, man, what would go viral? But I feel like in not trying, you inevitably do a better job at finding these moments because yeah, we knew it was going to be a funny moment, but I couldn't expect to see that clip take off the way it did, man. And it's so funny to hear people talk about like, oh man, this is like I send this video to all my friends on their birthdays, or like on my birthday I get like 10 of these videos. It's just so cool to find like these chords to strike.
Yeah, and I'd say it's also nice to like just continue to be rooted in the culture, and then it's just imprinted in Toronto comedy, where it's just like that happy birthday meme goes around to people where I'm like, you don't even know who we are, like you just found this meme online, which is perfect. It's like that's just how certain things have to exist, and again, you can't just exploring that unknown even on set. Like that was a lot of that was improv, and then we're seeing everyone like laugh, and we're like, okay, keep it going, and then it's like, yo, this and this and this and add this, and it's just like how it came together is it's it was beautiful, honestly.
It's like a
Yeah,
perfect storm of things.
yeah,
But
exactly,
based on real
exactly.
life, man, how many
Based
times
on
that,
real
that little
life.
thing where like sometimes you're just talking to someone and haven't seen them in a while, and they just have you trapped, like holding you prisoner with their thumb, and just
Oh
like the
yeah.
thumb twiddles do not stop. And you're like, man, when does this end?
Very Jamaican, very Jamaican. So,
100%. So, community is such a pivotal theme in this series, and it's something that's very reflected off screen as well, with many other GTA digital creators, comedians, and editors, people of all sorts of fields involved in the series. So, 2 seasons in, I wanted to ask you guys, what's it been like using the show to grace us with your many talents, but also using the show to platform and support many other talents from the same fields?
Oh man, it's a dream come true, man. It's literally a dream come true to like, yeah, we're just fans of everybody, man. And these people are so talented and so funny. We find them fascinating in different ways, and it's just so beautiful to have this opportunity to literally work with them. Like it's as much as it's our show, it's everybody's show. You know, so it's truly an honor to just be a part of that. And man, we're just on set cracking up all day. Like we could write as much as we want of like what we think is funny, but then just what unfolds in real life and what we see on set inspires a lot of season 2 was inspired by the real life relationships on set
Hmm.
season 1. So we got a better idea of who Hassan is and how Michael and Marcus get along, and our dynamic with Heather. Like yeah, it's amazing, man. It's literally a dream come true, and yeah, everybody's just so talented. I'm just so proud of everyone. I feel like a proud uncle, man. I feel like a proud uncle, man. These people are so young and fresh, and just have such raw talent, man. It's amazing to see all that blend in real time.
yeah, I think the last thing I'd add to that is just you mentioned community, and I think community is so big, and we wouldn't be able to put the show together without our community. Different types of communities too, but I think it's just about that. And I know we a long time ago when we started doing YouTube videos, we are just kind of not to say we're looking for an open door to walk through, but like
Hmm.
definitely looking for someone to follow or a door to walk through and say like this is the way we're gonna go. But we didn't really see that. So in different ways it was there for sure. I don't want to take it away from Toronto, but we definitely had to like kind of create our own doors, and we definitely said, when we do get to that space, it'd be beautiful to bust that door wide open for anyone that's just interested in it. So I'm happy we have this opportunity. I'm happy that we're able to give everyone else the opportunity to shine, because it isn't just about us. There's so many other talented creators, and there's so many more people that we'd love to introduce to the Office Movers world. So it's an honor to do it with everyone, man. So it's
Yeah, like a
beautiful.
dream cameo or something.
Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna have a couple, man. We're gonna have, yeah, I can go on for days with that. Yeah,
Hmm.
we're fans of a lot of people, so just I just love a good crossover. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing over here? And like, let's get goofy.